Hola! Welcome to Viva Tutor. We're gonna do past tense today. We're gonna do specifically imperfect tense. So when do we use imperfect tense? First, we use it if I can translate the sentence with I used to do something. So it's a habit, routine in the past, or repeated action, which is usually the same thing. When you repeat an action a lot, it becomes a habit. One example for this is jugaban con muñecas. They used to play with dolls. So they used to do that as a habit in the past. They repeatedly played with dolls. They used to play with dolls. The second case is describing the scene. So you describe how things were. For example, you're talking about your holidays, what you did, and then you describe the hotel. With, for example, el hotel estaba en la costa. The hotel was in the coast, or on the coast. And the last case is I was doing something or something was happening when something else happened. So I was singing when you called. I have two actions. They happened to cross at some point, but one lasted longer than the other one. I was singing lasted for a longer time than the time where you called me. At one point where I was singing, you called me. So I'm going to use imperfect for the one that lasted longer, I was singing, and preterite for you called me. Another example of this will be I was waiting for you when I saw her. At one point I saw her. I use imperfect for I was waiting for you. Okay, so let's have a look to how we create the tense. First, the regular verbs. If I have a regular verb, I have an infinitive, to do something. I'm gonna take out the ending, the AR, ER, or IR ending, and then I'm gonna add the imperfect endings. We only have two set of endings. AR verbs have this set of endings. Aba, abas, aba, abamos with accent. Abais, aban. For example, hablaba. I used to talk. And then ER and IR share another set of endings. Ia, ias, ia, iamos, iais, ian. All of these forms with an accent on the I. The ias, ia, ia, iamos, iais, ian. For example, dormíamos. We used to sleep. One example for the AR verbs is ayudábamos en casa. We used to help at home. Ayudar is to help. Ayudábamos is we used to help. And one example for this set of endings is salía mucho. Let's say ella, she, salía mucho. Salir is to go out. I'm using ia for she. Salía, she used to go out. And now we're gonna have a look to the irregular verbs. Now I'm showing a couple of grids on the screen now. This you're going to be able to download it because I'm gonna link it below in the description box. So you can use it for your practice, for example. You have the grids for the regular verbs with the regular endings. And then you have a grid, a little grid in orange, where you have the irregular forms for the three irregular verbs. We're very lucky we only have three irregular verbs with this tense. One is ir, to go, another one is ver, to see or watch, and another one is ser, to be permanently or when it's not likely to change. For example, I am tall, which I'm not, but if I was, I am tall, I will use ser because it's not likely to change. So let's do an example for each of these verbs. The first one, iba al colegio en bicicleta. Iba is the form of ir, to go, for I, and it also happens to be the same for he or she. So in this case, it could be I, he or she, used to go to school by bike. Let's do an example with ser. Cuando eras pequeña. when you were young, when you were little. Actually, when you were little. Eras is the form of you used to be. And we can actually finish the sentence with the verb ver, to see. Veías películas de hadas. You used to watch or to see movies with fairies. So veías is the you form for ver. Okay, so if you want a little practice, as always, I'm going to show now somewhere here some translations. So I'm going to show some sentences in English to translate to Spanish and some sentences in Spanish to translate to English. That's it. Give this a thumbs up if you liked it, if you found it helpful. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll be back soon with another grammar point in Spanish. Ciao, bye!